Now, for those that are familiar with my channel, then this bag looks familiar because this is the PGYTECH. This is the OneMo version 2 backpack, and I normally carry these around as my daily carry. Well, this is the 35-liter one, it's a little bit bigger. I'll normally carry around the 25-liter one, a little bit smaller than this. And now PGYTECH is releasing this one right here. This is the all-new OnePro Flex backpack. If you guys are following me on my Instagram stories back when NAB was around, I actually checked this one out at NAB. PGYTECH had the booth, and they did have this one on display. So I did want to wait, and I've actually been using this bag now for the past few weeks. So for those looking at a camera bag that not only can hold all of your gear like this one can, but also has the ability to expand and give you a lot more room. If you wanted to bring a lot of hiking gear, you want to bring extra clothes, you want to bring towels, blankets, anything like that, this bag is something you might want to look into because it does expand and gives you a lot of different options, and I'll go through that in this video. Now, while there's definitely a bunch of different hiking bags on the market, this one is super unique as far as from the bags I've seen, mainly because of this right here. When I move these shoulder straps out of the way, you can see this, which is what they're calling the arch frame. But that's not the only thing. The one thing I do like about it is that the way it's molded, it actually puts the pressure as far as the backpack weight goes. It puts it here at the very top as well as here at the very bottom, which sits on your lower back, and then keeps this middle part nice and open and airy with this mesh. And when carrying this bag around, when it was fully packed, I can definitely tell there's a huge difference compared to even their previous bags. Even though it does have that similar mesh, it doesn't have that arch and air system that kind of goes through. So if you do have a heavy load here, you don't have that sweaty back that you would normally get on some of the other backpacks. All the weight, all the pressure sits here on the top of your shoulders, as well as here when you hook up your waist strap, puts a lot of that pressure here on your lower back. And then this arch frame kind of supports it all together. The shoulder straps are well padded. We have a little pocket here in the very front where I will normally keep my tool set. Just a little pouch here on the very front. Keep a little everyday carry tool set right there. And it does have a nice thick padding. The one thing I did notice here on the waist strap is that it would have been nice if they were to make these detachable. There's a lot of times where I was carrying the bag, and yes, it did definitely help when the bag was full. I would be able to strap it on, make it nice and tight to pull a lot of that weight off. But sometimes I carried it around with only a little bit of gear in here, and you still had to keep these things on here. So it would have been nice if these bigger, thick waist pads were maybe detachable. Now, being that this is a 40-liter bag, it could definitely hold a lot more gear, which means you're gonna have a lot more pressure. And you do have a few different options here as far as adjusting the height of where the shoulder straps sit. Right now it's set to the top, so it's gonna sit the highest, and then you're able to pull this out and lower it all the way down. I have it just set to the top right now. Then also, if you wanted to pull the backpack a little bit higher up, you have these top straps here. Cinches your shoulder strap up a little bit, spinning to one of the sides. And one thing I do like is that they have massive pockets. Now this side right here does not open up to the inside. This one is just a standard elastic pocket. We actually have about 4 elastic pockets. I just have a bunch of miscellaneous items on here. Got my lens covers. This bag has tons of straps. So if you want to strap things to the side, there's hooks, straps pretty much everywhere. Where this side here, and depending on how you have the inside configured, you can have this open up to your camera gear. So if you do want that quick side access to your camera, you just want to swing your bag around and grab your camera, you are able to do that with these open pockets here on the side. We do have these side pockets that have battery holders that also have some battery indicators letting you know that if your battery is low or if it's fully charged, you're able to switch that indicator from green to red. But here on this large pocket, we have a ton of space. Right now, I have my RS4 gimbal. It is broken down at the moment. We have the RS4 top right here. We have all of the mounts, all of the handles here on the side. A little neck mount for me to get that POV shot with an action camera. Ton of room here on the outer pocket of the bag. Right underneath this big pocket, there is a little tab, which allows you to pull out this, which is a tripod holder. So if you wanted to hook up your tripod legs and strap it here to the front of your bag. Now moving over to the top of the bag, we have a ton of room. Now right now it's actually cinched down. This is the smallest it goes. Open up, you have a full pocket, you have a full zipper here with a bunch of straps in the very top. Now if you want to expand this out, all you have to do is undo these, loosen this up, and you can put this now into something what they call attachment mode, which means you're able to carry now big things or big items here. So I was able to put a huge blanket right on the inside, strap that down. And then if you wanted to go into full expansion mode, unclip this, and now the bag opens up for a ton of room here. So if you wanted to toss in clothes for the weekend, you wanted to put in a bunch of other gear when you're out there hiking, really good for jackets, blankets, extra clothes. And then of course, if you don't have anything in here, pull this down, tighten it up, and now you are in the top bag mode. All right, I know we spent a lot of time on the outside, but the inside has a ton of stuff that you need to see. One thing I did notice is that when you do open up the bag, it's not like some of the other bags that actually open up outward. This one actually opens up to the side. You have a ton of room, and not even just a ton of options, and I'll go through those. Right now we have what they have, like pretty much like a 60-40 split. So if I open up this, it does have my camera gear, my cube for the camera gear, and you have the open area here, which you actually put a nice big zipper pocket, which can actually fold away. So if you want to have, right now I have a jacket, and I normally use this when I was traveling just recently. When I went to Denver, I used it for a bunch of my other clothes, which would sit here at the very top. But in case you didn't want to put clothes here and you wanted to have more camera gear, they have a bunch of options as far as cubes go, where you can actually have a full set, pretty much 100% cube set that goes in here. You can actually split it with 60-40, where there's another cube set here at the very top. They are sold separately, so if you wanted to add some of those cubes on, you are able to pick which one you want to build. But it's nice that they have those options for you, especially if you're the type to only want to use it for camera gear, then you would just get the full 100% cube. Or if you want to do like I normally do, have a bunch of camera gear, and then of course I'm going to be using this for the weekend, so I'll put a bunch of clothes here at the very top. Now the one thing I do like about this cube system that a lot of the other companies don't is that we have locking hooks here on the corners, where some of the other cubes that I've seen in some other backpacks either have Velcro or they don't have anything that's really holding the cube in place. So I do like the fact that they have these latches here on the ends, keep the structure of the backpack nice and firm. We do have a clip kind of flap, which allows you to now hold papers, iPad here on the first layer, and then on the second pocket, full-size iPad. I'll normally carry around my 16-inch MacBook Pro. That could fit right here in this pocket. At the very top here, we do have one zippered pocket where I pretty much will toss a lot of my miscellaneous gear. Now, the one thing I would like to have seen would be maybe a couple more zippered pockets. This one is pretty much the only zippered pocket besides this one here, but I'll normally keep this with like my clothes. And if you wanted a bunch of different ways to configure the bag, like I said, if you want more gear, this one is called this is their extra small. This one is really nice if you just want to carry one camera, one lens, a couple accessories in here. And what's nice about these is that not only do they fit here at the very top, is that if you want to carry these separately, pop them out, they come with straps, strap it onto the side here, and just carry this as an individual bag. And even though they're labeling this as the hiking bag, where you would normally keep, like I said, some clothes, blankets, towels, sweaters here at the very top, if you just wanted to keep this as a full-on camera gear bag, you now have this one, which is a 100% fills the entire backpack. The one thing I do like about PGYTECH backpacks in general is that they all have that weathered, water sealed kind of protection here on the outside. And what's nice about this hiking bag, of course, if you're going to be out in the elements, they do include this right here, which is a nice big rain jacket. Of course, if you guys are interested in this bag and you want to configure it and pick which cube set you want to go with it, the links will be down below in the video description. As always, if you guys got some value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated. This is Ultra Satya with FlytPath.com. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.